Hi guys, and welcome to Taylor Talk. So before I focus on the fat shaming video, I just wanted to point out that I don't like the thumbnail. Like, if you want to put the woman in, that's fine, but leave the child out. Censor the child, or you can crop the child out. I think that she purposely left the mother and the child in the thumbnail so that her VIBs would make fun of the mother and the child as revenge for fat shaming. That's what I believe. Okay, guys, let's get down to the video. From what I hear and what I've seen on other reaction channels, it was quite eventful. So let's take a look. Hi guys, and welcome to Taylor Talk. So this is Foodie Beauties. I was fat shamed in public video. Let's take a look.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Hi, did you know you can request a
Back to the cameos. Because first of all, she wasn't putting them in.
personalized video from me? And I'm in Thailand, so get your Thailand edition cameo now. Can't wait to see you. Thanks, guys.
There's no weird pictures. She puts those pictures up of her doing those weird faces.
Alright guys, we're here in the Arab district area of Pattaya, one part of it. We're gonna have some shisha, something to eat. And yeah.
Why shisha? And guys, the bag's under her eyes. She just looks so tired.
Do you want to get one, honey?
For you?
Yes.
Yeah. Are they flowers?
Yes.
How much is it?
For 50 baht.
50 baht? Okay.
Foodie not editing the children out. It's like she does it just to prove a point now, that she's not going to do it no matter what we say. But again, her and Salah not being responsible. This is Foodie's responsibility though. If she edits, she's got to edit all these children out. The parents have not consented to their child being on camera.
Hi. Thank you. She's so sweet.
Baby.
No.
Eat pupui.
And like I've said before in other forums, I don't like the fact that Foodie is touching that child. I don't. I feel like you need to get, just as you would say, you know, can I hold him or her to hold a child? I think you need permission to touch the child. And it's like, we all know that Foodie has issues with hygiene. We all know that she doesn't wash. We all know that she doesn't bother to wash her hands when she uses the bathroom. So I just don't like the idea of Foodie touching this little kid with her grubby little fingers.
Just food, yeah.
You eat too much.
Too much, yeah.
Let's rewind the fat shaming part. Let's rewind.
Hi. Thank you. She's so sweet.
Baby.
No.
Eat pupui.
Just food, yeah.
Look at her face when she realizes that all that fat is just from Foodie eating, you know, 500 calories a day. 5,000 calories a day, mother.
You eat too much.
Too much, yeah. She's so sweet.
Baby.
You're pregnant, you're gonna have a baby.
No.
Eat pupui.
Just
Look at you eat so much. Look at your stomach.
food, yeah.
Oh my god, look at her face. She's genuinely shocked. And that baby is like, I can't believe this. You look a mess. That baby is judging the entire hell out of her.
You eat too much.
Too much, yeah. But the food in Thailand is yummy.
Thailand.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with the food in Thailand. You've overeaten from birth. This has nothing to do with Thailand. Wherever you go, you've always been huge.
Hi, sweetheart.
Don't touch the child. The child doesn't want to be touched by you.
Aww.
Cats don't like you. Kids don't like you. They don't like you. Leave them alone.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kap kumka.
สวัสดีครับ
จ้าก่อนจ้าก่อนจ้าก่อนอาจ้าก่อน
สวัสดีค่ะ Bye.
Smile.
She thinks I'm
Yeah,
weird.
No, she does. She just doesn't like you. You got all touchy feely when you first met. Like, leave kids alone.
She's shy.
She's shy. Hello.
She's not shy. She just doesn't like you, Foodie.
Thank you. So we bought 2 of these made with flowers to support, you know, she had her baby and help out. And after being fat shamed, she came back along the street and was like, handsome, sexy man to Salah. So
Do I believe that? Because if that happened, I believe that Foodie would have whipped out her phone so fast to record it. I don't know if I believe it.
I gotta keep a tight one on you, babe, because, you know, you might get snatched up.
Not a chance, babe.
Oh my God. Shisha's upstairs.
Here, babe.
Wow.
Salam. Hello.
A little out of breath. Okay. Anywhere. This is where we're at. Shisha Lounge. Hello, guys.
Sawadika.
Low BMI voice.
Sawadee Kap. You enjoying the shisha?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Try
It's
it.
nice. I love the watermelon.
While editing, I'm just listening to the fact that everything is so like, hey, how are you? All they talk about is anything that's happening in the present. Do you like the food? Do you like the shisha? Hey babe, you're cute. There's no, they don't talk about each other at all. It's just very surface level questions. Very strange, as they've been together for what, like nearly a year now? Why the shisha? Shisha does nothing for her. And it's going to ruin her lungs day by day. Why the shisha?
So what do you think?
Very light and flavorful. I like it.
Watermelon?
It's nice. We're just sharing one. So I know you're gonna like.
You know, she says that, but look, the last time she passed the shisha to him, he was like wiping it with a t-shirt to get her saliva off. Like, why don't they just get separate shisha?
Think, was I embarrassed or upset when, you know, the lady made those comments about me? Honestly,
It is normal. I know people say that she wasn't fat shamed, but what the woman said was a form of fat shaming. Foodie, yeah, gonna get slack, but Foodie has every right to feel offended or feel fat shamed. The woman literally said, "Are you pregnant?" and laughed in her face when Foodie told her that she wasn't. So if Foodie's got every right to feel insecure, but at the same time she is using it for content, she is up to 10k views. This is the highest that she's been in 19 hours, and this is the highest that she's been for a while. Does she feel like shit? Yes. Is she going to use that incident to exploit it and get more views? Yes. But I totally understand why she would feel fat shamed. You know, the woman did laugh in her face. She did make fun of her being fat. She did kind of shame her for being fat. I mean, it happens. And you don't even, you can be a quarter of the size of a Foodie. And so I hear they do shame you in Thailand because they do view you as fat. I do agree with everybody. It's like she's listening to reaction channels for a public checklist. People have complained about there not being any nightlife. She went. People have complained about her not going to a food market. She went. People did complain about how it was so boring and she didn't go anywhere. She went to a temple. People have been talking about the fat shaming for ages, ever since she got there. And now she's being fat shamed. I do think she is paying attention to the reaction channels and making a checklist of what they expect to see and deliberately going out there and doing it. That's my opinion.
Not at all, you know, like people are just very blunt here, you know, and honest, and it, you know, it's it's not a lie, you know.
You can feel bad about it though. You can feel guilt, you can feel embarrassed. Nobody wants to be fat shamed. Nobody wants to have somebody point at their stomach. Nobody wants people to say, "Are you pregnant?" and they're really not pregnant. So I can understand if she felt a bit down about it. I mean, a lot of people have been saying that they look as high as balls in this, and they probably had some weed before. But I do think she is genuinely a little bit upset, and you can tell by the thumbnail that she put up.
A bigger woman, and maybe they're just not used to seeing that here, and honestly, it really doesn't bug me at all.
I think she's lying.
I'm not offended.
I think you're lying. But she's got a lot of pride.
Luckily for me, I'm the kind of person that just
You know, like Smokey Steve said, like Foodie has a lot of pride for somebody with absolutely no self-respect. For somebody that puts herself on OnlyFans and films herself, you know, eating stuff out of her bra and picking her nose. Like, she's got a lot of pride. So it's only normal that she would feel offended. It would be normal for anybody to feel offended in that situation.
just doesn't get embarrassed, really, honestly. Even getting into the tuk-tuk, I edited myself out getting in some of it. That's not very modest. You know, even though my past, I have a very different past with exposing myself. It's a new me now. So, yeah, the past is the past for a reason, right? So, trying to
You say that, but then you're still racist, you're still transphobic, and you still dox your friends' wives. So, you know, you haven't really changed. Your dress sense has changed.
move on. I think those days are over, you know.
I think those days they're not over then. If you
So,
think instead of you know.
anyway, yeah, just thought I'd put out a little vlog, or just kind of a low day. We might go out later at night, do something else, but just showing you the streets around here. I feel really relaxed. Shisha, it doesn't give you like a
No, they definitely had weed before. She's on something. She's very like, I feel very relaxed. I feel very, you know, mellow and I'm good. Yeah, she's high.
buzz, but it makes you like so
That is weed. That's some kind of drugs talking.
relaxed. You'd have to try it to know what I mean, but yeah. Hope my new mic is working. It's really dark in here.
See, and people have complained that her volume is shit, and she got a microphone. Yeah, she's definitely been paying attention to reaction channels. Methinks.
But we just ordered a few things because I might eat later if we encounter some street food to show you. So these soda waters, I always get these. I love them, and I miss soda water. So been back on that trend here, and we just ordered some things to share: some fried halal chicken and some kebab sandwich.
Yeah, they're not sharing that. I think she's having all of that.
Yum. Breast meat chunks. Really yummy.
She's eating all of that, and I won't be surprised if she's eating the wrap also.
It's like a panko breading. Crunchy. Kebab sandwich. The bread is really fresh. Tasty. Yummy.
I don't know whether it's because she's high off her tits, but like she sounds kind of down. Maybe that incident, the fat shaming incident, did really rattle her a bit. Because it's one thing people saying that you're fat and saying that you're a buffalo behind your back, and it's another thing of them actually saying to you, I can't believe you're not pregnant. Look at your stomach.
So we're pretty impressed because the food was good, service is very good, and the atmosphere is very relaxing. The AC is strong, chill vibes. I like it. Great place. Seal days are among us. Hi guys,
Feed a shot.
I'm just relaxing here.
And Santa Cooks says that this is quite disrespectful, you know, with his crotch hanging out and his bare feet on the chairs. I mean, if you didn't know where he was, you would think he was at a friend's house. Look how he's all over this couch.
Hi babe.
Hello.
There's no other conversation except, hey babe, how are you? You look cute. You look handsome. Hey babe. Like you need to have actual proper conversation. You know, couples don't usually do that when they're around each other all day. Hey babe. You know, you if you're out with your parents, you wouldn't be saying hello to them every 5 minutes every time you go somewhere. You've already met each other. You're already out. Try to think of Foodie, write a better script for yourselves because this is dull. Write a better script. Talk about something.
Handsomest man. Handsomest man. Yes. Ooh.
I just received a marketing plan from a freelancer on Fiverr. It's great. And the way I'll present it will really...
Hello.
Here we go.
All right, now we're gonna have a walk down to the beach.
All right, so we have a little bit of a hike to the beach. A bit longer than I thought it would be. But it's okay. I'm
Eyes are darting. She looks quite nervous.
getting so much exercise in this trip. It's crazy. I do get tired, I will admit. Of course,
Yeah, you sound tired.
I'm not used to this lifestyle. I'm pretty sedentary, and sometimes we do 2 attractions in a day, and each attraction is like 3 hours of walking around. Now,
I don't believe her, but anyways.
sometimes I do take sit breaks in between, depending if there are some, but
She'll find somewhere to sit. Even if she has to sit on a traffic cone, she'll find somewhere to sit.
sometimes by the time I get back to the hotel, I just can't even take another step. So yeah, this is challenging for sure and very painful sometimes, but I push myself. Oh, hi! Every animal I see on the street, hi! And
Not really. That's the first time I've seen you say hello to a dog.
yeah, I don't know what Russian sugar girls are, and I
Well, I'm sure Salah will tell you in due course.
don't think I want to, but another 7-Eleven. This street was very interesting. It was very touristy, busy, and there were just, the vibe was just kind of like nightlife, clubs and things like that we had to walk by, and we're just not interested in that life anymore. Like, if
Well, you're not, allegedly.
this was me coming alone 2 years ago, like I was in Cuba, I'm sure the trip would be very different.
But all you did in Cuba is stay inside, eat, and go on like racist and sexist rants and dox people. So, I mean, nothing's really changed, has it?
But also just a lot more self-destructive. I wasn't happy at that time in my life. Now I'm more content, and I'm with my husband, and we're doing wholesome things. And honestly, I have to say that I prefer that.
Like trashing your husband's friend's wife is a wholesome thing. Getting your husband to threaten Nada is a wholesome thing. You know, recently, I didn't even know about this. On the, when they went to the, where did they go? I think they went to the temple, was it? They and took a picture with that lovely girl in the dress and that guy. She tagged it she tagged that woman as a ladyboy, despite the fact that she didn't even know if she was a ladyboy or not. So I mean, she could have been, but she may not have been, and it's just like falsely putting out that is a ladyboy or is transgendered. Is that wholesome? And I'm gonna make a video about that in a bit, because when Reddit said that, multiple people on Reddit said that she did that, and it just didn't sit right with me. So I think I'm gonna make a quick video about that, because she's just petty as hell. Also, with this thumbnail that she put up of that woman and her baby, she didn't need to put up that kind of thumbnail. She did it because she wanted her fan base to attack that woman. That's how petty she is.
If I'm being quite honest, it was a hard adjustment at first, a little bit. I just miss some of the old habits I had, but honestly, I'm not even really tempted to go into like a cannabis cafe. They're everywhere.
She's a liar. She's a liar. She's been in them.
And I just kind of remember the feeling of how I felt
In that restaurant that they've just been in, she was as high as a kite. That had nothing to do with shisha.
when I used to do it, and I get kind of like bad memories a bit. So it's
Bullshit.
it's not bad. This is like a new beginning for me, and honestly, I'm welcoming it with open arms for sure. Now, I don't know what this club is, but it was very fancy, and yeah, it was just a very nice street to walk down. They had durian and all kinds of things for sale, hats, touristy things, hats, sunglasses, tacky hats. Some of them are nice, but some of them are just,
She sounds high as she's doing this voiceover.
yeah, a little weird. No offense, but yeah, they have a lot of things for sale. Anything you can imagine you're looking for, you can probably find it. A lot of drinks, a lot of yummy street food. A lot of fruit juices are really good here, and yeah, so we still have a pretty little, for me it was a pretty long way. And here's on the left here, you can see a cannabis cafe for an example here. You can sit in a lounge and just smoke, and this guy was trying to usher us in, invite us in, and we were just keep going. The shisha was fine. It did relax me actually, and the weather was hot though. It's just that there's like no breeze, so it's kind of just still air, and it's humid, if I can describe it that way. It's very humid, and hey, a fellow sister. I do see some other Muslims here, of course, for tourism here. And I think this is like some kind of apartment complex or hotel, I'm not too sure. And you see a lot of these, these are the tuk-tuks of Pattaya, basically. They're like pickup trucks, and they have like these covered bench areas, and they look like a lot easier to get up on. And here I am, wearing this.
Like Yabba said, just because you can get on a tuk-tuk doesn't mean you should. Just because you can barely function on a tuk-tuk, barely get on and have it barely take your weight, doesn't mean that you should. I 100% agree with Yabba on this.
Flower thing that we bought from the lady. And again, I don't get offended by that whatsoever. Pattaya sign. Sorry, I get fat shamed.
She's talking about the woman again. This is the second time she's talked about this.
By that whatsoever.
Let's go back.
Trucks, and they have like these covered bench areas, and they look like a lot easier to get up on. And here I am, wearing this flower thing that we bought from the lady. And again, I don't get offended by that whatsoever.
Why are you talking about this again? You've already discussed it.
Pattaya sign. Sorry, I I get fat shamed by multiple channels on
Yeah, but there's a difference between channels and people telling you and people talking shit about you to your face in real life. We're talking about this again because clearly you're bothered. Clearly you're offended, and it's okay to say, look, somebody fat shamed me and I was hurt by that. It's okay. I mean, this time I'm actually going to give you slack for once. It's okay to be offended. What she said was offensive.
YouTube alone every single day, and I still include my whole body in my vlogs, which is
Yeah, but that's because feeders are paying you for that.
something
We're not stupid. We know you're getting paid for those clips.
most of them don't do, funnily enough. And I still do things that are awkward for a fat person to do. I'm not going to stop living my life just because people think I should be embarrassed of who I am. It's just not going to happen ever. But this was like a peer area here.
Yeah, but people are not embarrassed because want you to be embarrassed strictly for being fat. You were in it without the fatness, without the morbid obesity. You would have been an embarrassment anyway because of the stuff that you do. So it's not really about being fat. I mean, Thailand will make it about being fat because it's so visible and they're very blunt.
There's a lot of boats in the water, and there's like a pier along the beach, and there was a lot of people here, a lot of people. And I do get social anxiety around a lot of people, especially touristy areas. So
I thought you just said that you weren't embarrassed.
I think we're gonna
You're like, I'm not going to be embarrassed about living my life. I'm going to live my life as a big woman. In the next sentence, I get a lot of social anxiety from being around people. Yeah.
along the beach, and there was a lot of people here, a lot of people. And I do get social anxiety around
Yeah, that comes with being morbidly obese in a place where there's super skinny people. Well, of course you're going to get social anxiety.
a lot of people, especially touristy areas. So I think
I like the fact that she can't escape it though. Like with Kuwait, hardly anybody there. You know, I just love the fact that she has to deal with this in Thailand for however many days or weeks she's there. She has to deal with people. She has to deal with crowds, tourists, strangers looking at her from every angle. And we never saw that in Kuwait. Salah took her to the most remote places in the world, and every restaurant they went to had a curtain so nobody could see her. And I'm so glad that they're in Thailand and she's surrounded by people, and Salah can't pull a curtain in a restaurant and stop people from staring at her. You know, Salah doesn't know this Thailand well, so he can't take her to the most remote places where there's only 5 people there. Like, they have no choice. They have no choice but to experience this as a couple. He has no choice but to watch everybody stare and whisper at his wife, and still have to hold her hand and tell her that she's oh so cute and oh so pretty. So this is just as much as a test for Salah as it is for Foodie, believe it or not. Because there are times where I think he's going to regret this more than he would if he's in Kuwait and there's nobody there. And when there's, you know, hundreds of people around looking and staring and whispering at you and wondering why you're with somebody that looks like that and she's not pregnant, then yes, he's going to feel a lot of embarrassment.
think we're gonna try to do a little bit more local things, try to just explore the local streets more. Now, we did do a lot of touristy things here in Pattaya, behind on editing, so I really
I'm just going to speak over this. It always makes me laugh when Foodie says that she's behind on editing. You barely edit. You barely edit. I think for when I edit, judging from the stuff that I have to do to edit to what she has to do to edit, her editing, I think, maybe takes about 30 to 40 minutes tops. So she barely does any editing. She chops it up. There we go. There we go. She chops it up. She takes out bits that she doesn't need, stretches out stuff for filler, and adds really crappy copyright music. That barely takes any time. Multiple videos, so that's what, like an hour and a half for multiple videos of editing. She does the bare minimum. That's why her videos are so goddamn awful a majority of the time. Like, when she talks about editing, it always makes me laugh because you can totally tell that she makes absolutely no effort.
Up on that. And if you really want to put together something pretty decent, you know, it takes a little bit of time, and I'm trying to do that on our couples channel, make good vlogs. There's something pretty, if you really want to touristy things here in Pattaya, behind on editing, so I really have to catch up on that. And if you really want to put together something pretty decent, Pattaya, behind on editing, so I really have to catch up on that. And if you really want to put together something pretty decent, you know, it takes a little bit of time.
Well, how would you know about that? You barely edit, and you don't really. Thailand kind of carries you, and there's good sites, but that's the only thing that carries you. But your editing is really poor, and you're from and you've been on YouTube for like 8 years, and your editing is next to nothing. I mean, it's shocking how bad your editing is, Foodie. Like, oh, you know, if you want something that's really good, it needs to take time. Like, what would you know about that? You probably take 20 to 30 minutes on this editing. What would you know about quality?
And I'm trying to do that on our couples channel, make good vlogs for you guys.
I'm trying to make good vlogs, especially for the feeders.
Make the experience, you know, better, thinking, you know, what would they want to see?
No, it's what the feeders want to see, and that's you waddling down some stairs or struggling out of a bath.
And, you know, I know a lot of people just want to watch me to laugh at me, but there are a lot of...
Yeah, but you're happy with that. You're happy with that as long as it brings in the money. I mean, look at this title. I was fat shamed in public. I mean, your title is about a woman that was laughing at you in public, so...
People who do enjoy the content and cheer me on. And here's a little selfie
Yeah, so I can see that the filters are on full blast.
Finally, sorry, took a sit break. Yes, indeed.
Hey, a big girl's got to do what a big girl's got to do. All right, let's keep moving.
Welcome to Pattaya Beach here.
Welcome.
It's so chilling and relaxing here. Oh my God.
Yes.
Beautiful view.
Pattaya, like the Hollywood sign.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome from Pattaya City.
Yeah.
So how are you enjoying your vacation so far, baby?
Well, it's like this. The fan makes
So guys, I have no idea what happened there. Like, it glitched.
it easier. No, I'm having a really good time. Like, it's amazing here. It's really...
Welcome from
You know, Salah, don't kiss her on the cheek or bring her closer or anything. It's not like you're a couple.
Pattaya City.
Yeah.
So how are you enjoying your vacation so far, baby?
Well, it's like this. The fan makes it easier. No, I'm having a really good time. Like, it's amazing here. It's really fun experiencing the new culture. I love it.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yes. Hi.
So many dogs.
What are they doing?
Why don't you get up, Foodie, and find out?
so weird to see wild dogs.
Check this out, guys.
Salah, they're too far away enough. They're too far away for me to care at this minute.
Nice view. Oh, we got the sea mermaid here.
Hello.
With the fan.
I'm surprised he hasn't called her Moonface or called her the biggest fish in the sea yet.
My emotional support fan.
It's useful, huh?
Oh yeah. Worth it.
That's cool.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna...
Okay, that's a feeder shot. Her stretched out over that pole with her stomach hanging out, and a boob shot. There we go, guys. That's for the feeders.
close my video here. I hope you enjoyed coming with
The feeders must be paying her very well, because the subs aren't doing it for her anymore.
us just a little bit around today. And there's going to be a lot more to come, so stay tuned, alright?
She always says that, but we'll see.
Bye, guys.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. I do agree with her. I do think she was fat shamed. It's just that I don't think, and I do think that she does care. Look at that thumbnail. That thumbnail was used to make that woman look bad, and so her fans would trash that woman. So clearly, she's still bitter over it. I do think she was fat shamed. Do I think she handled it the right way? No. The baby should be edited out of it. All kids should be censored out of her videos. She doesn't seem to listen. You know, you can't be like a pious Muslim and then put kids all over your videos without permission from parents. It's just terribly hypocritical of her. The sights were good. The restaurant looked really weird and abandoned. But I think she ate that meal all to herself. She looks like she did do a lot of walking. Yes, she did get fat shamed, but I've heard worse. But she genuinely did get fat shamed. I do think it did really hurt her feelings, though that woman was genuinely shocked, and it didn't seem like it came from a place of nastiness. But it doesn't have to come from a place of nastiness for you to be hurt or offended. And Foodie, and popular opinion, Foodie was fat shamed. Number two, she had every right to feel offended. A good thing is that at least she's able to use that fat shaming incident for her content and bump her views up to 10k for once. So it works on both sides. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening.